What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. As y'all know, I've been keeping up with the whole Kyrie Irving story as it develops from being in New Jersey, requesting a trade, getting dropped by Nike, him having meetings with the Saya Collective, which a lot of people thought that they were actually going to do a deal. It seemed like that was on the way. Unfortunately, Kyrie has decided to go another direction, and he signed with the Chinese footwear company called Anta. So as of right now, it's being reported that Kyrie has signed a 5-year deal with Anta Footwear. If you saw an article on Forbes talking about a 3-year deal worth $126 million, I would definitely look the other way because none of that has been confirmed, and they already have the deal term wrong. They have not revealed how much they paid him, but he does own some company stock. So whatever price tag they could put on that, he's going to make more because he's actually going to own a percentage of whatever he drops. With that, he's also been made the chief creative officer of the company. So he has an official position. This is something that he wanted at Nike. They were never going to give it to him, which is why he wanted out of the contract. He didn't like the last couple of shoes that they made for him anyway, so he was really just wearing them due to his contractual obligation. That's why he was wearing tape over the Nike sign and different stuff like that. This new agreement with Anta will allow him to recruit and sign players to the brand along with other collaborators. In addition to that, he's also vying for them to bring some of their manufacturing to the US so that all of the shoes are not being made in China. So Kyrie is coming in the door doing things that none of the other athletes that have signed with Anta have been able to do. Kyrie Irving direct quote said, "I'm incredibly excited about this collaboration. The first step in becoming partners is to share the same dreams, goals, and missions. Anta's rapid development over the years, openness to creativity, willingness to embrace family and teamwork, expertise in areas like product innovation and manufacturing processes have left a remarkable impression on not just me, but also on my A11 Even team who will work side by side with me in creating something truly generationally special." The deal is also going to facilitate the launch of the Anta Kyrie youth basketball camps, which will be held worldwide globally, with China and the United States expected to be the first countries to launch these camps. Now, we all know Kyrie was definitely on the Nike circuit camps. You know what I'm saying? That was something that really put him on the map. The players that have access to the best camps in the country, they typically are the best prospects. They go to the best colleges. They have the best prestige when it comes to getting drafted because they're already within the system, you know what I'm saying, which also helps them get a hefty contract. So, of course, as a player that's gone through the rankings like that, you will want to do the same with your shoe line, right? You definitely want to still have a stronghold in the community. You want to be able to interact with the upcoming players coming from the AAU teams, coming from high school, going into college and beyond. You know, there's also other leagues out there now. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing OTE players rocking the Anta Kyries. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing college players wanting to do NIL deals with Anta, right? All of this type of stuff. You better believe this is on the horizon because he's of the generation. He knows what's going on right now, and he's going to want to help not only bring himself money, but bring the company money, which means it's going to give him more. Now, for those of y'all that want to actually buy the Kyrie signature shoe, you're going to have to wait until the first quarter of 2024. So somewhere between January and March is when you're going to see that original Kyrie shoe come onto the market. So right in time for the All-Star weekend, the second run of the season, going into the playoffs, that's when you're going to see the real deal Kyrie shoe. They have one already, but it's just an iteration of something they already have, which I'm going to show y'all in a minute. Now, Anta said that this partnership is going to extend beyond just doing shoes. Through these collaborations and in collaboration with Anta, Kyrie will strive to collectively shape and introduce new vision, innovation, and creativity in the signature sportswear industry. That 3-year, $126 million deal that Forbes is talking about, that's actually the extension that Kyrie signed with the Dallas Mavericks to stay with the team. Now, as we know, when it comes to the NBA, a contract is only a contract to Kyrie Irving. So if he decides that things are not going well with the Dallas Mavericks, he may try to force his way out of there again. Everybody knows paperwork is simply just paper to him. It can be burnt. It can be torn up. He's got agents. He's got a lot of cachet in the league where teams are respecting his wishes. If he doesn't want to be there, they're getting him the hell out of town because he could definitely be a little bit of a deterrent to team culture if he wants to be. I'm not saying that he breaks up anything because I'm a Kyrie supporter. He's my favorite player in the league today. But when he wants to be difficult, he knows how to make people start squirming in their seats. And I think that actually works in his advantage because he gets to go when he needs to go. Not to mention, so much power is in the hands of the owners. They're the ones that own the teams. They cut the checks. As we saw with Donald Sterling and others in the NBA, they can kind of develop a slave master complex. So I'm not with all that. I'm with the players. They're the ones busting their ass every day, going out on that court, staying in shape, getting smacked in the face, jumping up, defying gravity and physics every goddamn play. Yeah, I'm on the side of the guys that's earning this shit. They deserve what they get. Now, Kyrie is not the first NBA player to actually wear Anta shoes or do a contract with the company. Most notably, Klay Thompson was one of the first athletes to go over there and get a signature shoe. He's been with them since 2015, which is actually the first year that the Warriors won their championship and began their dynasty. So he's been rocking those shoes the entire time, definitely giving them a high profile. This company was started all the way back in 1991, so they definitely have a long history. I think this is ultimately the deciding factor that kept Kyrie from going over to Saya Collective. They are black owned, of course, but they're fairly new. Not to mention the fact that the Saya Collective has not been able to produce shoes en masse. You basically are put on waiting lists anytime that you want to order the shoes, and it could take forever. There's so many people that have never received the shoes despite paying the hefty price that came with them. So although I support them and I want to see them do well, he's definitely got to ramp up his manufacture process, which is what I think Anta had ultimately. They have the shoes available right now. You can order them online, and I'm sure coming from China within the next 30 days, they'll be at your house. So getting into the other players besides Klay Thompson, you have Gordon Hayward, Taurean Prince, Daniel Gafford, Max Struss, Bruce Brown, who just got a big contract, Jacob Evans, Kevin Looney, Terrence Mann, Alex Caruso, which everybody loved. Caruso coming from the Lakers. He went over to the Bulls, and it's looking a little shaky for him. I think he should have stayed in LA if he could. Rajon Rondo has worn the Anta shoes. Hamidou Diallo, James Wiseman, another big contract guy. Saban Lee, and Precious Achiuwa. So they've got quite a few players in that roster, which definitely gives Kyrie a lot of power in the company because he's going to have influence over these guys. He's going to be able to advocate for better shoes, better looking shoes, you know what I'm saying, pushing the creativity forward, pushing, his 11 years of experience working with the Nike team to see what they were able to pull off to make those shoes because he did love the majority of his signature line. So, of course, he's going to come in and want to push the same level of innovation, the same level of tech, and the same level of, hey, people are going to actually wear these shits on the court and on the streets. And they're going to take his word for it because he did have one of the best-selling shoes at Nike before the whole suspension, before they dropped him. Now, what is the Kyrie shoe that we have right now? If you go on the Anta website, which is anktshop.com, all right, we got the Kyrie Irving Anta Shockwave 5 Inheritance, okay? And the description says, Anta launched the Kyrie Irving Anta Shockwave 5 Inheritance in the summer of 2023, which means it just went live. The shoe is mainly white with gray as the color. This style of shoes is simple and generous, comfortable and light to wear. Flexible, free movement to meet the daily personality to wear. The shoe is currently at $229.99 to $230. And ultimately, I think this is kind of where it's going to hurt the sales. Right? I believe Kyrie's signature shoe at Nike was more so in the realm of the $150, $160 range, opposed to a $230 price tag. This is kind of like above and beyond what people pay for Jordans. Kyrie is very popular. He's going to have a lot of people that support it, but I do think that price tag is going to hurt when it comes to kids, which are his primary demographic who wears his shoes, especially with the John Morant's being on the market for about $160. I don't know. It's not a bad looking shoe. He's probably going to wear this for the first half of the season until his official shoe line gets dropped. I'm more curious to see what the official signature shoe is going to look like. I hope this is not the one that they're going to run with. I hope this is not the one that's going to debut in the first quarter of 2024. I probably would not wear this shoe. Maybe if I was balling frequently, I would. But when I think of a Kyrie Irving shoe, I think of something that I'm going to wear when I go out. You know what I'm saying? Match with my outfits. I'm an artist, so I'm going to probably be wearing them on stage. There's nothing wrong with this shoe, but it just looks like an athletic shoe that you can get from just about anywhere now. You know, there's a bunch of independent companies that are making this style of shoe. When I do look at the Anta, some of them are really good. Klay Thompson has a couple that I like. However, some of them do look like Payless upgrades, you know what I'm saying? Or Walmart upgrades. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's so many shoes out now. You got the websites like Temu that are making their own duplicate versions of other shoes and just removing the logos and stuff like that. And it's getting a little tough to identify what's legit, what's not. Of course, you got to order it and put it on your feet and see what the material's hitting on. But I just feel like this futuristic type of shoe thing that's going on with the design, it's a good and a bad thing. It's a gift and a curse. Some of them look really good. Some of them look really cheap. They've already began sizing and running tech on Kyrie's feet. They've put an official announcement on the Anta website saying that this deal is done. All of the top publications are reporting on this, so the ink is dry. This is officially where Kyrie is going moving forward. No official word has been dropped from Devlin Carter over there at Saya Collective yet. He may not speak on this. I know he was advocating very strongly to get Kyrie over there. I know they had some talks, some meetings and stuff like that. It is just the nature of business. You can't take it personally, but I do believe he was vying very hard for that. So I know behind the scenes, he probably feels some type of way. Let me know what you guys think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share it. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace!